Okay, hi. I'm so excited that I finally got a video to work with my podcast. So, welcome to the Fairy Den. Today, let's talk about mushrooms. So, I went on a mushroom retreat 2 days ago. And let me just say, it was such a fucking beautiful experience being looked after like that because you guys know with mushrooms, when you like, you shouldn't be taking, well, you can take mushrooms. What the fuck? You can take mushrooms at a festival or at parties and stuff. Maybe like little doses, sure, because naturally they are energy boosters or like mood boosters or whatever. But if you're really going to take like more than a gram, I honestly wouldn't recommend doing it at a party setting. Like mushrooms are so introspective and so healing that you should just do it at home. So that is why we went to Sanctum. It is this huge wellness center with so many different accommodations. So we stayed in this villa with, I think, about 4 bedrooms, and you arrive there and everything is taken care of you. Your bags are taken from you. You're shown to your room. There's gifts on the bed. There's chocolate. There's like a towel for the ladies, and then like little shorts for the guys, which was supplied by Koi Koi, such a beautiful brand in Cape Town. So already just the welcoming was just like, oh, okay, I'm being taken care of. And like that's what you want with mushrooms. Again, if you've never done mushrooms before, when you take them, you don't want to worry about anything. You don't want any responsibilities. You don't even want to get up to get your own glass of water. Like you just want to be able to lie there and like have it there for you. So when we got there, we were taken on this walk around the plot. We went through the forests. We went to go see every pod that there was, the different houses, the different accommodations. And when I tell you this place is huge, like we walked for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. Just looking at all the beautiful vegetation, and they had no, what do you call it? Beehives? Beekeepers. Anyways, they make their own honey, and all the food on the plot is like the food that they give you when you have dinner and breakfast, like all the fruits, all the veggies grown on the farm, like not on the farm, on the fucking plot. Anyways, insane. We came back from our walk, and then the facilitator, shout out Damo, he curated the whole thing and just organized everything and held space for us. So he was literally the best person that I could have imagined having as a guide. And he just explained everything about mushrooms. He explained how they can be healing, how they can be teachers, how intention setting is so important because the energy that you give out or the energy that you're searching for is what's going to be shown back to you, right? So he gave us all a journal and we all just wrote down our intentions. And I'm going to tell you the intentions that I wrote down with this trip and how they came true, basically, and not in the way that I expected. And I think that is the most beautiful thing about mushrooms or like life in general. You expect something to be a certain way, but it's like the magic lies in the unknown. Like you don't know how you're going to get there, but you end up coming to the realization or to that intention without realizing it. Anyways, so we all wrote down our intentions. We wrote down an intention for the group and we write down an intention for ourselves. So like I didn't mention that we got invited by a friend of ours, but we're not really close with these people. Like I've met them a few times, and usually with mushrooms, like you want to make sure that you're with people that you know and that you're comfortable with. But we were definitely comfortable with these people, and we knew that they're very spiritual and grateful and conscious beings. So that's why I was okay to just go on this retreat with like basically 7 other people that I barely know. So we sat, and all of our intentions were to always show up authentically, to discover parts of ourselves that we didn't know, to connect with each other, to be present, to have a beautiful experience, blah, 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 all those kinds of things, right? Anyways, the reason why intention setting is so important is because, oh, is that an eagle? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's crazy. Okay, I live on a mountain, so it's It's understandable to see an eagle, but not... Dude! Look at that. Oh my God. Okay, the reason why that is so magical and important is because I literally pulled a card today. Look, I'll literally show you the one like right on top. Eagle spirit. And then I even was like, okay, cool, so an eagle is my sign. Like, if I see an eagle, then I know, like, I'm on the right path. Sorry. I don't know if you could hear me because I put my microphone down. Anyways, intention setting is so important because you don't need to think about your intention, but to set it in the beginning is what's going to happen, basically, in your trip. So if you intend to learn something about yourself, then you could learn something about yourself, but it may not be easy to learn. So like you could maybe learn that you have really unhealthy habits that you don't want to let go of, but like your trip will show you that and it'll be really uncomfortable. So that's just the thing with mushrooms. They'll teach you things and you might not be ready for it, but that's just the point. That's why you got to do it. So we were given a gram of mushrooms each and it was in a little bottle. And we drank it as a shot and we lay down and we were guided into meditation and went into a sound journey. We were blindfolded as well. And this is what I found quite interesting about this, is that the trip was solely an individual thing and an internal thing. So the reason why we had blindfolds is that we weren't looking outside of us. We weren't looking at how everything was moving or how everyone else was reacting. You lay there and it was just you in your body and your thoughts. So before I get into the experience, let me tell you my intentions and I'll tell you how they came about throughout my journey. So my first intention was to really connect with myself and my purpose in this life. I know my purpose, I guess. At the end of the day, the purpose is to be of service to others and all that shit. But anyways, I just wanted to know, like, what exactly, you know? My other intention was to connect with my boyfriend on a deeper level. My boyfriend has never done mushrooms before. He's never done any drug in his life. And for him to come with me on this journey was already like such a big fucking deal. And then another intention was to invite profound ideas on what to do next with my life. How can I be of service and share my magic? I had so many intentions. I wanted to have a deeper understanding of the universe and the reason why we're all here. I wanted to understand how I can be a better person. My intention was also to surrender and let the medicine show me what I needed to know or what I needed to heal or receive. Yeah, and I just intended to connect with everyone and have fun. Any fucking ways. So I'm lying there and the stuff starts kicking in and I can't see anything. But we're listening to like this beautiful sound journey. And I'm lying next to Suraj and all I can think about is how he's feeling. Because I'm like, oh my God, like this shit is hitting. And I've done mushrooms before. So like I know what to expect. And I'm holding his hand and I'm just like, I hope he's okay. Like, you know, he's obviously a big boy and like he can handle himself. But I was like so concerned about how he was doing. So like I'm lying there and like all I'm doing is thinking about him. And I'm just uncomfortable in my body. And now I start feeling pain in my shoulder and everything starts heightening. Like my muscle that I know is constantly painful here just started really paining. I could feel my body just getting so heavy onto the ground. I could feel like this wave of like love coming out of my chest. Like, anyways, I was just feeling like super, super present and grounded. But like, also the sound bath was about an hour and a half. So like, I'm busy lying there and the whole time I'm waiting for these profound ideas to come to me. I'm like sitting there waiting for the mushrooms to like tell me what is my next step in life, and I'm waiting for it to tell me like what I need to understand about myself, and I'm waiting there for it to tell me, you know, like all these things. And none of that was happening. I'm just lying there, like constantly concerned about Suraj, and then just like kind of in pain, right? Then like as I'm lying there and I realized what, like you're not experiencing anything because you're too busy worrying about him. So like, get in your own experience. The minute I was like, stop worrying about him, I stopped holding his hand. I lay there and I was like, okay, this is my experience. Immediate tears. Like, first of all, profound, like, sudden gratitude and love for myself, but immediate tears. And I knew it wasn't sad tears. It was more just like, oh my God, I need to cry right now. So I just lay there and I just started crying. But like, I'm like trying not to be loud because obviously there's 7 other people fucking tripping as well. So I'm lying there and I can just feel like crying and this uncontrollable smile coming out because I'm like, oh my God, I just need to hold space for myself. So I decided to just turn on my side and just hug myself because I'm like, when last did I cry? Or like, when last did I feel this type of emotion? Because I can be frustrated a lot and have a very short temper, and like that is the feeling that I notice I get the most is anger, especially when something really deeply hurts me. I'm always quick to be angry and I'm quick to get aggressive and like shout and all that stuff, but I've never just like cried. Like, I'm just not a crier, my friends know this. And to cry in that moment felt so good. I was like, oh my God, this feels so good. Like, I just want to cry of happiness. So for the hour and a half, like, that's literally all I did, is just lay there hugging myself with like this insane amount of love for myself, crying, right? Then meditation's over, sound healing's over. They're like, okay, you can, when you're ready, take off your blindfolds and, you know, there's fruit and bread on the table, you know, make yourselves at home. So I opened my eyes from this blindfold and I'm like, not a fuck. I put the blindfold right back on. Shit was cartooning. I've never, and I've taken 2 grams of mushrooms before. This time I only took 1 gram. It was insane. Also, I couldn't see anything. Like, it was so fucking bright. And again, I just look over to Suraj and I see him and he's cartoon as fuck. And he's just lying there with the biggest smile on his face. And I'm like, okay, he's okay. Like, he's fine. And everyone just comes out of this and we all just look at each other and we all just start laughing because like we just feel so damn good and we're looking at these trees in front of us and everything's moving and everything's so bright and everything's so vibrant and lovely. Anyways, we eventually get up and go eat fruit. Oh my God, the fruit was 20 times better than it would have been sober. Everything's just so colorful. It's moving in my hands. I also can't make eye contact with people because you're obviously so self-aware. Like, you're so in your body that you're like, this is me and you are you, and like, I'm so aware right now. It was also a lot for me to be with a lot of people in that moment, like coming out of the meditation, because I really don't know these people very well. I just ate my fruits and I was like, okay, guys, I'm going to go to the room for a bit. I go back to my room and the sun starts setting on the mountains. And again, I just start crying and I'm in disbelief that this exists. Like, I'm looking at the mountains, I'm looking at the sunset, I'm looking at this beautiful fucking room that I'm in. I'm like, oh my God, my life is so fucking beautiful. Then Siraj comes to the room and we're just chatting about how we feel. Tell me how he didn't see visuals, guys. He didn't see anything. He was like, yeah, when he first took off the blindfold, the roof was moving like a little bit, but he was like, after that, no visuals. And this is someone who's never done shroomies before. So I was like, that's so interesting. I think he's also just a very, very healthy person and very fit. So I don't know if he maybe needs more. But yeah, no visuals, just like so much happiness, right? And we were just laughing at everything. And he's like, why is shit so funny? That's not supposed to be so funny. And welcome to the club, ho! Because every time I smoke a J or every time I'm at a party and I'm like giggling at the funniest thing, he's like, that's not funny, you're just high. And I'm like, but it is funny. Like, what do you mean it's not funny? And he's never understood how things are funny. And when I saw him just laughing at nothing, I was like, now you know. So yeah, we just melted onto the bed and we were just like lying together, just giggling and like talking about things. It was like super mellow, super cute. And then, yeah, about like an hour after that, they said, get ready for dinner. So I showered and I put on a pretty dress and we go out to the lounge or like the dining area. And it's just the most beautiful setup. And they start bringing out food. They bring out beef and salmon and ostrich and couscous and just like veggies, and again, like the most incredible dinner that I've ever seen in my life. And we had wine and we just sat around the fire and had the most incredible dinner experience. Again, just sharing what we learned from our experiences. And then one of the girls that was there, we were talking about our intentions, and I was like, it's funny because my intention was to have all these profound ideas, but I didn't really get the profound ideas while I was lying there. I'm getting the profound ideas now. Like, I realized in my intention number one, to really connect with myself and understand myself better. I understood that I'm constantly worried about other people and how their experience is over mine. Like the fact that I lay there and was so concerned about Siraj's experience that I couldn't have my own. And when I finally decided to like have my own experience and do what I wanted to do, then it felt like that's what I needed, and I could finally just like feel all that emotion that I've been waiting to feel. You know what I mean? So like, boom, one intention solved. Second intention was to connect with Siraj on a deeper level, which we did because he finally understood me, because he's always been open-minded and he accepts me, but there's just this level of understanding that you just don't get. If you've never done mushrooms, you'll never understand. Or if you've never gotten high, you just don't understand. Like, you haven't experienced it. So that level of understanding was finally gotten to, you know? Oh my God. And then my intention was to like understand the next thing that I wanted to be, right? And like the next step that I needed to take in my life, or like the purpose. And I lay there the whole time thinking, waiting for answers, but no answers came. All I needed to do was lie there. So that was the lesson. That's what I need to do. Be present. Stop worrying about the future. Stop worrying about your purpose. Your purpose is to lie there. Your purpose is to have an experience. Your purpose is to just be. And I know all these things already. Like, that's the funniest thing. I know that I need to be present, and I know that there's no right or wrong way to live life, and like all you really need to do is just experience. Like, we came to this earth to be human and experience, and you don't need to ascend constantly to your higher self, or like to meditate all the time, or like be this perfect person. You just need to be, just exist. And that means like existing through heartbreak, and existing through trauma, and existing through frustration. Like, that's the point of life, is to experience it, not to make it better, not to like try escape it. And then that was the lesson that I learned, like, just be. So funny, so profound, but like so needed. And then obviously, like, with my other intentions was just to connect with people and laugh and have a best time. I genuinely did. Like, I can't tell you how incredible it was to go to such a beautiful venue and have the entire stay just prepared for us. Especially when you're on mushrooms. Like, even our curtains were closed for us. Do you know what I mean? That to me was like, I was like, this is so sweet. Like, you go into your room and all the curtains are open, obviously, and everything's amazing. And then like by the end of the night, when the sun's down, you go back into your room and the curtains are closed. Like, it's just like little things like that. I was like, someone came in here and closed our curtains for us. Like, that's so cute, you know? But the way, also like none of the staff was in, none of the staff was in the house when we did the ceremony, because you're so vulnerable, especially when you don't know anybody around. So yeah, Damo really just kept it to the people in the space, the healers, the facilitators, and then obviously like the visitors. And there was also a doctor there. Now I want to tell you the funny fucking story about this doctor. So fucking crazy ass story. A week before we did this mushroom journey, Siraj was feeling really sick. I think he got heat stroke. Anyways, he was like basically dying. I got this doctor's number from one of my friends, and I messaged him and I was like, listen, I need to get my boyfriend on an IV drip because he is very sick and he needs nutrients and he needs rehydration. And the doctor was like, okay, yeah, I would recommend this, blah, blah, blah. He can come get an IV drip, but I'm not available right now. So I was like, it's okay, Zark. And we went to another IV place, right? So we go get a drip for Siraj, and then 2 days later, he's still not feeling good, still feeling super shit. So we're like, okay, let's go to a doctor. So Siraj's brother actually ends up booking an appointment with a doctor. We don't know who the doctor is. So we get there, and the doctor's like, for privacy reasons, I'm not going to say his name, but he's like, hi, I'm Dr. Sam, let's say. When we get to the appointment, and I'm like, wait, Dr. Sam, were you the doctor that I was speaking to on the phone like 2 days ago? So he was like, yes, oh my God, you're the boyfriend that was dying of like heat stroke. So I was like, yes, oh my word. He's like, did you end up getting a drip? And I was like, yeah, we went to another place to get an IV drip. Anyways, we're sitting there with the doctor and we're just having the nicest chats, and somehow we just get onto religion and God, and he's Muslim and so is my boyfriend, and we just start speaking about the meaning of life and medicine and like how he got to where he is, and you know, holistic medicine versus like matrix medicine, I guess you can say. Anyways, he starts talking about mushrooms, and he's like, mushrooms are medicinal, like 100%. Anyways, just starts telling us about mushrooms, and I'm just like sitting there with Siraj thinking like, he's gonna try mushrooms one day. Like if a doctor's basically telling him that it's fine, then like, you know, whatever. Like a day after that, we get invited to this retreat by our friends. Siraj is like, I'm keen. I'm like, fuck yes, let's do it. Go on this retreat that I've just spoken about. And they say there's going to be a doctor here to answer any of your questions. He's going to be around just in case anything happens. Like, trust me, you won't need him, but he's just here to make you feel safe. Anyways, we're all sitting there, we're writing our intentions. The doctor pulls through and we hear the facilitator, Dr. Sam. Siraj and I look to each other and we're like, there's no fucking ways. The doctor that we were chatting to, which we already had a magical experience with, was there. So we were like, okay, everything aligns. This is perfect. Yeah, no, it was a crazy fucking experience. So in that moment, we were just like, okay, everything is just exactly how it's supposed to be. Magic exists. There's no such thing as coincidences. We love synchronicities. So yeah, that just made us feel like really safe and really excited. But yeah, that's basically the experience. There was a lot more to it, but like I just wanted to share that. And if you're thinking of doing a guided mushroom retreat, Sanctum in Hout Bay, insane. Top 10 experiences of my life so far. So I'm so grateful. Thank you to Damo and to Sanctum and to Ben who invited us, and everybody that we met on the retreat and that we connected with. Like, it was so fucking beautiful. And thank you to my boyfriend also for just being open-minded enough to try that for the first time. But yeah, I hope that this can encourage you guys to just try out some mushrooms with your friends, and not in a party setting, because it's not the point. The point is just to expand your mind and like have beautiful, profound realizations and just connect with people. And that's exactly what we did. So yeah, okay. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you soon.